What is going on, everybody? Hello, hello, hello.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, Mom.
Hello.
What's going on, guys? What's going on today? Anyone, don't be shy.
I'm scared, dude.
I can
We are all
tell.
scared.
Luigi, you look scared. There's a new angle on your camera this week. I'm pretty
No,
excited about that. There is. There is. The camera fell a little bit. Jake,
Am I gonna
still.
sit up and see? Look at my
Thank
my
you.
cam.
Jake's angle changes.
My angle is exactly the same as last week.
Jangle.
Just looks different.
And Hannah, what have
Keep it
you
up
been
the
up
box.
to? You don't have a new angle. Oh, I think you're muted. You muted?
Uh-oh. Broken.
Uh-oh.
I was muted.
There she is.
It's okay. Hi, I'm here. Nexus was here, Nexus is here, and Nexus will forever be.
Nexus
Yes.
watch.
Luigi,
I'm not. No.
so with this being episode 6 of the podcast, when are you going to host our first giveaway of the PS2 box?
That is not going anywhere, so you can forget about that.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Jesus.
Wow,
Sassy.
really rude. Oh my
I
god.
know.
Dude, I grew up with
I
that
don't think we can have
policy,
him
man.
back.
You think I'm gonna get rid of that?
We just want
this is-
we want you to share.
No, we're not sharing shit.
Oh my god.
Hostile.
So unnecessary.
What's going on
You know what?
this week, guys? We got some spicy topics over here on the podcast. I actually wanted to start off with Hannah. I'm not going to take her subject this week.
Oh my god, finally.
So
Wow.
that's all you. You've got some cool stuff that I'm excited to dive into here.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk to you guys about some stuff that's been going on recently in games. There have been rumors of some Mario remakes, such as what is it? Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Sunshine, and 3D World, I believe.
Wait, say the second one again?
Luigi.
Super Mario Galaxy.
No, the other one.
Super
Maybe
Mario
listen.
3D
the
World.
best one. It's the best one.
Sunshine.
Yes, Sunshine.
That's not the best one.
It is.
Can say that now. That
It is
camera.
easily the best one.
It's the best one. No contest. I'm sorry. Mario Galaxy was cool.
Anyways.
What do you think? Mario Galaxy is not even close.
It's not close to Sunshine. It's good, but it's not close to Sunshine.
Off topic.
Oh my god.
That is on
Anyways.
topic.
So with rumors of those games being remade and the fact that the Resident Evil 3 remake just came out, what games would you guys be interested in seeing be remade?
So again, these are all rumors, right? Or
In
is
before Halo.
some of these
Well, the Mario ones are currently rumors, but of course the Resident Evil just came out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Geez. I really want Sunshine to be remade, even though I didn't get to play it. But
I'm sorry.
it's
Wait,
all hyped up and stuff.
What
you
did
didn't
you
get to
just
play
say?
Sunshine?
I played Sunshine before.
You own
Luigi,
Sunshine, don't
you
you?
were just
No, but-
arguing that it was the best one.
I know that's the whole point.
You
'Cause
haven't
I
played
can't
it.
play I
You
don't- I
can't-
know that's the point. It's to make myself look like an idiot. So
Oh.
Excuse me? I'm
You know,
so
at
confused.
least he acknowledges it.
I mean, he has that going for him.
Dude,
I had to do that. I had to.
Sunshine
No, it'd be
is
great to see that remade.
easily the best Mario, both like mechanically and in terms of the overall theme, like the consistent theme of an island where you can see all the other parts of the island from the hub world and everything. Like it has the tightest controls. It has the sexiest Mario. He's got the pushed up sleeves, dude. He's a sex icon, dude.
Here's my counter argument. I know that this is a very minor detail, but it ruined the experience for me. That I hope when they do remake it, it will be fixed.
Camera.
The camera.
Yep.
The camera is so bad.
And it's better in Galaxy.
I never played Galaxy, so I don't have an opinion on that.
Wait, which one
Wait.
did you think was the best?
I don't have an opinion on that.
But
I
you-
personally am not a fan of Mario games.
Wait, but I'm so
so
confused.
confused.
You were arguing about Galaxy being the best to us.
No, I didn't.
I don't think she said Galaxy in particular. I think we assumed Galaxy, but I
Probably.
think she said that. Didn't you say that Sunshine wasn't the one you were looking forward to, or
No, I didn't say. Where were any of these words?
Did we just assign all that to Hannah?
I think we
We want to
did.
see Sunshine.
I think Yami jumped up and barked, and we said, "Hannah, why do you hate Galaxy?"
She stole the
Oh my God.
sock off the topic.
Great.
Soccer.
So, I personally was not a huge fan of Sunshine.
Oh, that's what it
but
was.
but I never played Galaxy. I did play 3D World, and I did like 3D World. But I am not the biggest fan of Mario games, just in general. It's not like my whole thing. But again, that is off topic.
I'm pretty
I don't-
sure.
What?
Wasn't Mario N64 supposed to be one of the ones remade too?
Oh
was
yeah, that was
already
on the list
remade.
too.
So
Yeah, but
I
they're
don't.
remaking it or
Are
something.
they-
Yeah,
I
they're
don't
like
know.
remaking it.
So from the article I saw, I don't think they mentioned Mario 64, and I think maybe it was based on assumptions because they had already remade it for the Nintendo DS, which it could use another remake.
Yeah, it's the DS.
But the big one that I saw was Sunshine, which is the only one that hasn't seen any love since it came out, aside from like a Smash Brothers stage.
Yeah,
And that's why I want it so badly, because I feel like with Sunshine getting that remake, I feel like a lot of people are gonna start kind of talking about other Mario games they want remade, or any Nintendo game really at that
Well, I
point.
mean, they've all kind of been remade. Anyone that's not modern has probably come back in some kind of way, at least on the virtual console. Like Mario Sunshine hasn't even been on the virtual console, I don't think.
no,
Mhm.
it's only on
You guys
GameCube.
know? Yeah, I don't know if it was on the Wii U, but I don't think so.
No, they didn't. They have not done anything with it since the release of it. Like,
That's incredible. It's the one that I always go back to too.
I recently played through it on stream, the whole thing, and I haven't played any other Mario game besides that recently. Like, I
Well,
love
like,
Sunshine.
Tell me like a modern 3D platformer, and I'm thinking like specifically about like Hat in Time. That is, they're all like specifically based off of the Mario Sunshine, or Mario 64 template. I'd say closer to Mario Sunshine because the hub
Yeah.
world is a lot more detailed and comprehensive. But
No, I
I think
definitely
its
agree with that.
influence just says enough.
It's kind of weird how they haven't given it any love, though. I don't know. I wouldn't expect it. I thought that we would have gotten something. Like, we've even had Luigi's Mansion 1, like, brought back to the
Yes.
3DS.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
I was
I
never
wasn't
expecting
either.
it. And then
Especially
they started making sequels,
With the controls that Luigi's Mansion had, too, I wasn't expecting it to come to the DS of all things, especially.
Yeah.
Like, maybe like a console with like a controller, but not the DS.
Well, they did say I could be wrong, but there was Nintendo said there was going to be a year for Luigi. Did that fall under that?
That was like 2013.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
That was
so-
when Mario 3D World came out. So if you play through 3D World, you'll see little Luigi sprites all throughout hidden. I don't know if you guys knew about that.
Hmm.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so that was part of the year of Luigi, and then that's when the year they came out with. I don't know if it's 13, 14, or 15, but they also had Super Mario. It was Super Luigi U or something. New Super
I remember that.
Luigi
Yeah.
Bros. I don't even remember what it was
It
called.
was for the Wii U.
Yeah,
It was literally
a-
just the like Super Mario Bros. Except it was like Super Luigi Bros. Or something.
Yeah. So all that year they came out with Luigi themed stuff. I don't know why you.
I thought it was no, they were going to do games too. I guess not. That's what
wish.
I kind of remembered.
Well, we already have Luigi's Mansion 3 at this point too.
Which
We-
I haven't
Yeah.
played yet.
I don't think I played it either yet.
I heard if you're to like compare quality, atmosphere goes to number 1, but like overall better game goes to 3. That's what I
Yeah.
heard.
Hmm.
I just feel like I haven't played Luigi's Mansion 3, so I don't have like a direct opinion of it. But I remember Luigi's Mansion 1, they were like themed ghosts. Whereas I think like 2 had just like the generic looking ghosts.
Oh yeah, I didn't like 2's.
I don't like that. I loved Luigi's Mansion 1 where you would go into these themed rooms and then like the boss or the ghosts inside the rooms would like reflect the room or the story or something. Like, it was really cool. So I hope Luigi's Mansion 3 is like that. I need to play it. I don't know.
So, back to the topic. Back to my question. What games would you guys like to see be remade?
Why don't you start off, Hannah? What
Honestly-
games are you looking for?
Honestly, so I know these games already got a remake, but it was for the 3DS, so I'm not gonna count it.
Okay.
Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, I would love to see
Ooh.
be remade on, like, the Switch. Or
Yeah,
even if they don't do it on the Switch, whatever Nintendo has in store for their next generation, like, I know it's still fairly early to think about what Nintendo is gonna bring to the table for a next generation,
Mhm.
but like, I just wanna see those remastered with better graphics than a 3DS can handle.
Yeah,
Like,
I
yeah.
think sorry to interrupt.
Oh, you're
I
good.
think that the 3DS versions were brilliant. I think that they really pushed it. The games looked amazing, but I do feel like there's a certain loss of atmosphere that was in those games. I feel like on the 3DS, the controls felt a little more floaty, even though they were exactly the same. It was just overall animation and aesthetic quality that made me feel like it wasn't as real. Back when you played like The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time on the Nintendo 64, it felt a lot more immersive than the 3DS version. I don't know
Mhm.
if it was just because it was on a handheld or I don't know how you guys feel about
I
that.
I think the handheld changes it. And then also I do think that when you take an original game on an original console, nothing's really ever gonna kind of even if it's exactly the same, it's never really gonna have the same effects as the original.
Not gonna have the same justice that it originally had. Like it may
Mhm.
feel
So,
nostalgic in some aspects, but like you don't have the controller, you're not playing on like the old TV like you used to. So I mean,
Mhm.
it's gonna feel different. I just
Yeah.
think I don't. It's cool that they did the things with the handheld, but I didn't play them, and I don't think I would play them on handheld
I
personally.
personally I think they're amazing. I think the remakes are wonderful, but I can still so I honestly the first time I did it, I was probably like 14 when I played Ocarina of Time 3D. I chalked up to the difference in atmosphere to, I was a kid when I first played the other one, and I'm much older now. But nowadays, I go back into the original. I'm like, wow, this still feels like I first played it when I was like 6.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
and I really do think that when they changed the audio and the visuals, that there's some loss of atmosphere, and it's so hard to put your finger on.
Mm.
It could honestly be that loss of atmosphere because of like, it was made for its time. Like, it was originally developed so that it could be, like, on the N64, and it has that feel, like, that's where it is meant to be. But regardless of that, I still love the 3DS versions. I played and beat both of those several times.
I
Uh,
agree.
but I don't know, I wanna see how like, what they can bring to the table in remastering it for a new home console instead of being remastered on handheld,
Mhm.
because it has so much more power and more capabilities that like, even look at Breath of the Wild. Like,
Mhm.
it's a couple years old now, but it still is, like, insanely beautiful and just overall an amazing game.
Mhm.
So, think about what they could do with, like, that I personally would rather see Majora's Mask over Ocarina of Time being remade, but that's because I think that Majora's Mask is the best Legend of Zelda, hands down.
Mhm.
Uh, but because they kind of like come in a pair, I think that Nintendo could do something really interesting with it and bring back that atmosphere since you could be playing it on like a new TV, not an old box TV, and on a higher power console, everything like that. Even think about like what if they remade I don't know if they've done this yet or not, but remaking the N64 controller and
Ooh,
having it be like a bundle
yeah.
with the game.
That would
I,
be
I
amazing.
do I do think you raised some interesting ideas, but I think at the end of the day, and we saw it with the 3DS, that a lot of the game design itself is a product of its time as well. So I feel like no matter what you do, I don't think the same magic, or even I don't know if they'll ever even get close. To be honest, if I can just because if you look at the way the original was designed, they had a lower draw distance in big rooms, and a lot of the dungeons were designed around how much could be rendered in a single space. and you only had one stick to control everything. So the whole design of the game was based around you turning and then you hitting Z to change your perspective and the Z targeting as well. So I feel like the soul of the game itself is, I personally dated, really dated, and I feel like to do it justice, you would have to reimagine it. I think
Yeah.
a cool reimagining type remake would be awesome.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Not a pure like, oh, we're just gonna update this game and bring it to the new console, you know? Like, I'd love to see them change it up and make it fit a more modern aesthetic and a more modern way to play. It would be something very I don't know how people would respond to that because of how popular those games are. There might be a lot of backlash, but it's still something that I would personally love to see.
I think those two games are really well deserving of ones, but I do think what Jake said is definitely accurate. That would have to be reimagined and kind of uh, just redone a lot more than just simply revamping it. So
Yeah.
So in terms of the remake versus the remaster, where do you stand on that, Hannah? Which one do you feel would do the idea more justice? Do you prefer remakes that try to keep the spirit of the old game but like take a lot of liberties, or do you feel like the soul of the game should be kept intact as much as possible?
It really depends. I'm not too picky on it. I think that game companies have their creative liberties. Like they can do whatever the hell they want with a game. And regardless of whether it be like a a remake, wait, what are words? Uh it's fine. I know how to talk. I know English. Um Regardless of it being a remake or a remaster, again, it just all depends. For Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask specifically, I would love to see things be reimagined for it. Like I don't think that despite the fact that they are such uh heavily nostalgic games for a lot of people, I think that they could use a bit of change, a bit of modernization.
And
So
I
for most games, I personally think that same thing. Like true remakes or remasters, whatever word correlates with whatever definition, for it to keep that soul of the game. It I don't know. I don't know. It really depends.
well, I think those games would be ripe for it because they've already gotten you know, the the looks treatment, you know. So I
Yeah.
think that they wouldn't really come under too much backlash for saying, "Hey, we want to put a different spin on these," you know.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the people who love the lore would really eat that up 'cause I'm sure they'd add some cool aspects to the story. So that said, I know that nostalgia is a pretty big piece in how we look at games and what we want to see remastered. And I know that Kenny in particular is very, very nostalgic about old games. We talk about old games constantly. So Kenny, what games would you like to see remastered, and why? And I will be grading your answer.
Where do I begin? I have one that Luigi already knows, I want to say, but I'll leave it to him because I'm pretty sure it's going to be his answer. Shut up, Luigi.
It's actually
No, I'm
not.
kidding.
No, it's actually not going to be my answer.
No, are you going to do something on PS2?
Yeah.
Okay,
how
I
about
know what
this?
you're thinking
I'll
about.
do some PS2 bangers. You can stick to Nintendo or whatever else you want.
All right, I have no free reign over what I want to choose now, I guess.
Luigi, before you even got to talk, Luigi decided the parameters of your answer.
He's like, nope, you're sticking to this and this.
I'll take care of this.
God, it's hard because one of my answers has already gotten. I think it's a remaster. It's not a remake, but Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, probably one of my favorite like nostalgic games because I played it so much as a little kid. I know it's already gotten like a port over to I think it was the Wii U, right?
The Wii U, yeah.
It was the Wii U.
and it was an excellent. I'd personally go so far as to call it a remake because of the things they changed.
Yeah.
But continue.
So I honestly want to see something on the Switch with it. I'll take it a third time. I don't care.
Do you want to see like a reimagining, like we just talked?
I would say reimagining. I don't think I would keep it like copy and paste, put this on the Switch, better graphics, better audio. Like I want to see something's changed. I want to see like anything that they can do. Uh-oh.
We died.
Did we die?
We did.
Wait, we're back.
We died for a second. Sorry about that.
Okay.
We're hogging the internet. It's fine. We'll cut it.
Technical difficulties.
We'll fix it in post. It's fine. So I don't know how much of that you got. But I could see it not being copy and pasted. I want to see it as like reimagined almost. So I want like just even if they added more to the game itself. I know that sounds a little bit weird, but it honestly felt a little short to me because I replayed it for stream and I was like, I don't remember it like being this easy to get through the game.
I think a big piece of it is we're so conditioned to those Legend of Zelda type puzzles.
Yeah,
After
exactly.
doing it so many times, like these days, like it's child's play for me, just to get on a Zelda game and go through a dungeon. I'm like, I didn't even have to think about it. But I feel like if I was never introduced to Legend of Zelda and I had to play those games, I'd have to think a lot more.
Yeah, you'd be
I think
like,
part of
okay.
it's the conditioning for sure.
Mm-hmm. I have two more I'm gonna go with. So another game that I really loved growing up, Jake, Sonic Adventure 2.
You know what? I didn't even think of it, but I agree wholeheartedly that game could use a facelift.
It could use a facelift because that game, throughout all of like the campaign of it, I enjoyed every second of it. If it was just like re-brought to life, better graphics, better audio, everything, I feel like it would be such a good game to play. Like even the Chow Garden too. Like that's cool that's like a side mode. You have that available to you.
If I could be completely honest with you, I do not like the mech segments at all.
Really?
I find them so clunky and annoying, and the whole game is about going fast, and then you're stuck inside a mech. And Tails can run around and fly in the Chow Garden, but they still stick him in this stupid blue bathtub and have him like shoot robots.
See, that's something that I would change too, though, because Eggman had it too, right? Eggman was stuck in the mech.
Could walk around, but he looked awkward as hell.
He looked awkward in the Chow Garden, so I mean, I think I would keep him in a mech, but Tails, I'd want to see something done differently with him because like I'm pretty sure he can fly as fast as Sonic can run. So.
Well, like historically, like if you played the Sonic games, they're all fast, you know?
Yeah.
They're all Sonic's the fastest, but like every character can go down every single one of the tracks, and you don't really see that in the 3D games as much anymore.
Yeah. Kinda,
well, maybe in Sonic Boom, but we don't talk about it.
We don't talk about Sonic Boom here. So one last thing before I pass it over to someone. I want to see Kirby Air Ride remade more than anything, I think. Because Luigi knows the amount of hours that him and I have put into that game. If we were to get that game facelifted, add more to the multiplayer, and put it online for people, like you can join online games up to like even like 6 to 8 people. It would essentially be like a BR game. Like it would fit the category of what's been going on the past few years in gaming. I feel like it just would be like it would be Nintendo's approach at a BR, quote unquote, and I feel like it would be a smart thing to do. Where's my game?
If I can offer, at least can play devil's advocate, I think Nintendo pretty much makes their whole brand off of not doing what other people are doing.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that.
I'm not sure trend riding is their best course of action. I mean, this is all completely made up speculation anyways, so I don't know why I'm arguing it. But I honestly think if they just like if they give Kirby Air Ride a facelift, there's definitely an audience. That game is a cult classic, and
it is.
I think it's only grown in popularity since then. Because I still hear about it. Well, mostly from you guys, but
it's because it's all we play. Every single time we're together, we force Jake to try to play Kirby Air Ride with us.
Okay, I played Kirby Air Ride when I was a kid. I love Kirby Air Ride, but you guys will sit in we'll sit in Luigi's trailer and we'll rot and we'll eat chips, and there'll be
We will.
flies landing on our face, and we'll be trying to beat King DDD for the 17th time. And I'm
my
sitting here like, there's only so many times I can hit A and watch Kirby scoot his ass along the floor before I get annoyed.
I can't believe we ended up beating him. Not gonna lie. We
I
had
don't know why he was so difficult.
because we
to
did level
put on
9
level 9 or
CPUs. Because
Oh
he
my
was like
God.
he was level 9 too, so we beat him on the hardest difficulty.
I did
don't
not
wanna hear
mean
it.
to get you guys started on this.
It's already it's going downhill. No, it's fine. So that's my opinions on the games that I want. Do you wanna take over the floor, Luigi?
Yes. So I'm gonna bring y'all into the PS2 or PS2 or PlayStation side of things. Right off the bat, I think something that's really mandatory, especially since Resident Evil is getting some love. I really think the whole
Silent Hill.
1, 2, 3, and 4 at the very least, man.
Absolutely.
Not like some type of like revamp like they did with like the 360 or something like that.
They
did
released
for
the.
Xbox. I'm sorry.
They released, yeah, they released a remaster of those games, but they were, universally panned.
Yeah.
It was
That did
awful.
not do it justice at all. I definitely think that they need like a real life type of feel to it. So like I think there was like a Silent Hill game that was gonna come out that got scrapped or something.
Yeah.
But you can play like the trailer or something. If you take those graphics and put those with 1, 2, 3, and 4,
It'd be
man,
ridiculous.
I can't tell you how great that would be. That's good. It's like I feel like if I were to play those, I would actually be replaying them for the first time again because the graphics are actually pretty bad, man. I have to say, like if you're not playing like on the tube TV and stuff, the graphics are bad. Or like on a really nice PC or something. I definitely think those deserve it. But aside from those games, one that I've always wanted to see some type of remaster or sequel is Star Wars Bounty Hunter.
Dude.
Man, where do I even begin with this game? One of the first like Star Wars games that I think I truly fell in love with. That isn't like Battlefront because I feel like everybody talks about Battlefront. But I think that game deserves the attention. The missions were fun, adventurous. Like all the levels had so much opportunity to just like make like amazing graphics and gameplay. Really,
I really don't think LucasArts missed at all during the PS2 era. They had so many amazing games. They had Bounty Hunter, Battlefront,
Mhm.
KOTOR. No, KOTOR was BioWare, but
Yeah.
I think just the Star Wars brand in general was just
Mhm.
It was popping off,
incredible
dude.
during that time period. At least compared to today.
Yeah, I feel like they're missing out. And
Well,
another
today is
game,
actually they're putting out great stuff. I don't know.
yeah, like another game with that I think would be so good for like the PC world is Clone Wars. I think that game will do very good in like a PC attempt. Like I think the tanks like it's different, right? Like you're fighting other people in vehicles and stuff. You're not like you know standard like army man or whatever like going out there. You're fighting in vehicles and stuff like that. You're fighting waves of enemies. Like I think back then, like I think it was a little bit ahead of its time. I think Clone Wars was a little bit ahead of its time on
I've
that.
actually never played Clone Wars, and I don't even think I'm familiar with it.
You basically there was also like a multiplayer with it too. Like that's why I say it can be good for the PC. It's like you basically are in a vehicle, like a tank or what have you, and you have to fight the other team. You have to like gain control of like certain parts of the map.
Oh.
There's
Okay.
like objectives.
I
I
remember
think it
this
was really
game.
creative. Yeah,
It was. I can definitely see this being like it would do well being like a PC port and remade.
yeah. I can definitely see it like having good replayability at the very least. If they really take care of the multiplayer. Um, I think one more remake I'd like to see off of this gaming shelf right here is
Here he goes. It's in
actually,
a,
to be honest,
the shelf's in a new spot this week. That's why I can't
It's
find
starting, dude.
no. I think that wraps that up. I don't think that there really is another game that like I think like kind of deserves a remake or like needs one or like a sequel.
it.
I think
Jake.
that kinda...
So-
Hold on one second, Luigi. I'm so sorry to interrupt. Jake, why is there a
What's
roll
up?
of toilet paper on your floor?
I'm hiding it because it's like golden nowadays. So I feel like if I hide it, no one's gonna take it.
That's a fair response. Okay, Luigi, continue.
Probably the most brain dead thing I've ever said in my life.
Dude, ATV Off-Road Fury. any of those type of games like ATV Off-Road Fury. And then
He just kept going.
He's going
I
right
think-
back in.
I think those types of games would do really good with remakes. Like, think about like being like, okay, think about playing. I don't know if anybody has ever played that ATV Off-Road Fury.
It's
That
really
game to
good.
me is pretty nostalgic.
Pretty good.
I think seeing that like with amazing like realistic graphics that would be a treat.
Luigi,
Radiata Stories. That's another one. I don't.
are
think
you just
anybody's ever played.
reading every game on your shelf right now?
Oh no, I'm picking ones that will definitely be good at remakes.
SSX tricky with modern graphics.
SSX tricky with modern graphics. Yeah, I just hope they don't mess up the mechanics because the mechanics in that game are so fluid.
They were good.
I just heard the parrot.
There's not that much. I mean,
Did you hear the
I feel
parrot,
like-
Kenny?
Yes.
oh dude, the original, the first, the original like Devil May Cry series trilogy should be. That'll be good. Did they do that with the God of War?
You were just
or is
naming
it just a new
games on your
God of
shelf.
War?
He's
No, like, I'm
stoked.
serious.
What?
You're literally turned away from your microphone, looking at your shelf and reading games.
Yeah, it's right here.
Jake, did we go to you yet for games you wanted to see?
No,
I
we
feel-
not.
It's back in
We
action.
need to stop the ramble.
All right, Luigi,
Go on.
thank you for whatever
I
that
will
was.
pass it to Jake. You're welcome.
So I hate every time I pick a game, you guys always pick Nintendo as well. So
Love
I feel
Nintendo.
like I don't know. I already had this game beforehand, but I want to say that the game I want to see remastered most is Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door.
Stop.
Ooh.
I
Oh my
adore that
god.
game.
That game
It-
is
it- well, if I think of a game that has aged as well as that one in terms of aesthetics, like it would do so well to get the treatment that they did with like Color Splash. I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys are familiar with Color Splash, but I feel like the upped fidelity really allowed for some realistic looking environments. It looked like it was crafted out of cardboard and paper. So I feel like if Paper Mario got the same, or the Thousand Year Door got the same treatment and got a big increase in fidelity, it would honestly it would look incredible. And not only that, I think Nintendo needs a reminder of what Paper Mario is and why it doesn't suck. I don't know if you guys follow Paper Mario at all, but Sticker Star
No.
and Color Splash were kind of abhorrent entries in the series. I personally
After-
played Sticker Star, and it was a load of BS. Like the whole game, instead of playing through the fights that the game sets out for you, it kind of encourages you not to fight at all because fighting costs resources, and you don't level up or earn things in response. So the way the system works is you collect stickers as you play, and you use the stickers are a one-time use in battle, and you use the stickers to defeat enemies.
that's
If
one
the
of the
enemy
stupidest
doesn't-
things I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, so if there's not, well, I mean, if it was balanced properly, it might be okay, but there's a lot of issues with it. So, for instance, if you go into a battle and you're not really going to get a good return on investment for your sticker, you're basically wasting a sticker for no reason. And the bosses were really obtuse, and you had to find rare stickers that would interact with the boss differently that were also a one-time use. So, if you use them on a different enemy, you wouldn't have it. The boss would be really hard, and it was so unnecessary. The whole battle system kind of didn't make sense. I heard the writing was great, but they did take out a lot of like NPCs and replace them with toads because of time constraints. So, anyways, I'm not gonna ramble about Color Splash, but I personally really love The Thousand Year Door. It is a game that I can go back to. I feel like the episodic nature of this RPG is so different from the other Mario and Luigi RPGs they've made, and I feel like it's just such a gem. I know that the article that I read did hint that an original Paper Mario might be being remade, so that says, that there's hope for me. But if there's any little piece of Nintendo history I would love to revisit, it'd be The Thousand Year Door. Now, if you guys would
I can agree with
want
that.
to talk outside of Nintendo, like I feel like Nintendo was my whole childhood, but lately I've been a big fan of older games, and I've been playing a lot of older games that really need a facelift.
It's because there's nothing else to play.
That's true.
Very true.
Kenny and I have been in quite the drought in terms of games to play, both on and off stream.
Sucks.
Trust me, it's not just you guys. I feel.
I think
about you,
every
Luigi?
person goes back to older games. Every person I talk to about this, obviously you guys too, like says they are going back to playing an older game, or they just go play like Smash Ultimate or something, and like it's. I'm not saying Smash Ultimate's an older game. I just feel like we're stuck with like I don't know, man. Just games. We want like new experiences. I guess we don't want the same experiences right now. So I guess maybe that's why things feel dry. But yeah, definitely new games.
I feel like that's
You know,
something for another, like, maybe even like next podcast we can cover that topic, like why everything feels so dry.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's what she said.
One last thing, because I thought of this in the middle of just you guys talking about more games. I want to talk about something that I would love to see remade that's not Nintendo. Surprisingly, I play games that are not Nintendo. Wow, who knew? Um, taking you guys back to 2005 Xbox 360. I don't know if you guys ever played this, but Cameo Elements of Power.
Cameo is an interesting piece of Microsoft history right there.
I haven't heard of it.
I need it remastered.
So are we talking about the launch title for Xbox 360, that
The
Cameo,
arcade.
where you transform into different creatures?
Yeah.
That game is I heard is a really quality game that just didn't get the hype it deserves.
Really, like I've talked so much about this game because that was probably I didn't play much Xbox. I was primarily Nintendo growing up, but Cameo was one game that stood out to me. Cameo and Brute Force were like the two 360 games that I actually played. Um so and I don't even know if anybody here knows what Brute Force is,
I
but
don't.
uh it's basically how do I even describe it? Hold please as I
Goodbye.
it's fine. Uh oh my god, wait, no, it was released on Xbox in 2003 it was released on Xbox.
Brute
It
It
Force?
was yeah. It was just a third person shooter and the only thing I remember of it, if you guys look at the cover, there's a like a giant lizard on the front and he was a playable character and that was like the only character that I played and I had no idea what I was doing because I was 4 years old playing that game.
Are you sure you're
But
not looking at Luigi's camera?
Oh my-
Awesome.
Wait,
Great.
what happened to it?
Oh.
What happened?
Awesome.
But back to Cameo. Like I've talked so much about that game because it's very similar in a sense of like Majora's Mask where you're taking on these different forms to do certain like challenges within the game. Um but it didn't get nearly as much appreciation or anything that it deserved. So, if for whatever reason Microsoft is like, let's just pick a game out of this pile and see what we can do with it. If they pick Cameo and remake it, I will cry.
Are
It
you
is
assuming that
it's such
Microsoft
a
is
good
capable of good decisions when it comes to the Xbox?
I have a little bit of hope. A tiny bit of hope.
That's all we have.
when I think of Cameo, because I can see the cover in like my brain right now. When I think of Cameo, I just think of Viva Pinata for the Xbox 360 as well.
Oh my
Do you remember
God.
how hard they pushed that game with the arcade when it first came out?
I remember there being like cereal box toys or something.
Yeah, of Viva
Yeah.
Toys
Pinata.
everywhere. Yeah.
That's
They
amazing.
pushed that game like crazy.
I don't know why. Was it good?
Who
Um,
knows?
Anyone play it here?
I know a little bit about the
Never
series. I
played
watched
Metal
some
Gear.
retrospectives, but from what I've seen, it's like a simulator game. You're trying to raise pinatas. They're essentially different animals.
Wait, wasn't it on the Connect?
There
I think it would.
there might have been an entry on the Connect, but I think the original was way before Connect.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Yeah, no.
I don't know too much about it.
But one last thing on games that I would like to see remade. I don't know if anybody remembers this. I believe this was like back in like 2009 when they did this. the Burger King 3-game collection.
Are you talking
Oh.
about Sneak King?
There's Sneak
Yeah.
King, Big Bumpin', and Pocket Bike Racer.
Big
Those were the
Bumpin'.
I
threes.
literally never thought I'd ever hear someone talk about Sneak King in my entire life. I kind of
is-
just don't want to be involved in this conversation.
That is
Oh,
perfect. I'm so
no.
glad you mentioned that.
Sneak King. Hold on.
Sneak
It sounds
King.
super familiar. Hold on one second.
It
Oh
is
my god.
So ridiculous.
Yeah, leave me out of this conversation.
it's Hannah and Kenny tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't want to be a part of this.
Great. I'll talk about it on my own. I need to see I need to see Burger King bring back those games. I just want to see every fast food chain make a game. And I'm not just talking about like
What makes you say any of this? Why did you bring this up?
It's an honorable
It's-
mention, right?
it is just it radiates so much chaotic energy that I need it. I need
It
it.
is.
Like, can we
It
talk
is
about
something
the
that the
fact-
universe needs in existence. It
Exactly.
doesn't matter whether you like it.
Can we talk about the fact that KFC released a Colonel Sanders dating sim? Like,
No
we
way.
need more. We need more of these like
You know,
weird
Kenny's
video
got that
game
1,000-yard
franchise.
stare on right
I
now.
like where she's going with this because an honorable mention of a game that I think needs to be remastered is
What?
SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom.
You literally
Luigi.
Yes.
took the subject so far away from what we were just talking
Wait. Aren't they in the
about.
middle
They
of
are
making that?
remaking it. It's coming out.
I like where the road Hannah's going though because she's talking about like these.
Okay, well,
like-
you just missed what Kenny said. The remake for that game is coming out, Luigi.
Huh? They
It's
stole
it's
my.
Luigi. It's called Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated.
Hydrated.
Oh my god.
my god!
It looks really good too. It looks really good.
I am so excited now.
But we were not even in the realm of honorable mention. She was just talking about like
More games
I know,
wanna
but when
see.
she mentioned fast food, I thought of the Krusty Krab, and then I was like, oh my god, Battle for Bikini
Just-
Bottom. So kind of.
God,
Oh.
I like the route she's going.
do we
like,
need to like put a muzzle on you?
probably.
I'm sorry to feed into him, but I'm looking at screenshots of it and it looks so good. I'm not gonna lie.
It does look great.
Looks
I'm
really
very
good.
excited. I feel like there was an engaging conversation about fast food oriented games that we're kind of skipping over here because I wanna understand why exactly
Why what?
Why
He's looking at you.
I just want to know.
Those are again, they're just so chaotic. Like you can't
It's like the dark matter of
What
the
the-
gaming universe.
exactly. Like they're things that should remain not spoken about, but need to be spoken about.
It's like that
Yeah.
kid on the school bus that you saw like picking his nose and no one really sits next to, but you know, if you weren't there in the mornings, it'd just be nothing to think about.
That's terrible.
Excuse-
Oh my.
That was Luigi on the bus.
Awesome.
No, I think we should make
Uh,
our own video game where Luigi tries to sneak up on people,
Great.
and it's also a dating sim.
Great.
That's
I think we should make a game where it's my dog, and you have to spam a button so he doesn't breathe too loud. So you can actually.
is that the whole game?
Yeah.
The whole game. It's WarioWare with one mini game.
Great.
Yummyware.
Yummyware.
No, but I'm gonna bring this conversation back around. So what we were talking about, Jake, we can kind of introduce it in this podcast with the remaining time we have. But what have you guys been doing to preoccupy yourselves? Like it can
Dude,
be
honestly,
it can be gaming, it can be anything else, real life stuff. What have you guys been
so
doing?
much.
So much. Elaborate.
So much. So, you know, I've been doing a lot of little pet projects as always. I've kicked off my YouTube a little bit using my spare time, but that was right before I went back to work. I mentioned last week I'm working at a school now, and it is also a boys' home tied into a school, which is why it's still open because the kids live there. So in the boys' home, I've actually started a Magic League this week. Magic the Gathering or play cards, and then we all throw cards into a little pool, and whoever wins gets the pool. Let's go by like most wins for the week. So that's the little pet project I'm working on right now, which is a lot of fun. Guitar from years ago, and I'm going to be teaching myself to play because I need to get away from my screens and I need to do something with my hands. I've been sitting at home staring at screens all day instead of going out because there's nothing to do outside anymore.
Yeah, everything's closed.
So I want to do something constructive, and I want to do something away from the electronics for once.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely respect that because just like I feel like now is a better time than ever to like be outside more and even just like do some exploring even on your own. I don't just it's just weird with everything being closed. Like I just have to ask, like, even Luigi, what have you been doing? I know the answer to this, but
going to be raiding
Don't.
Jake's house with my guitar because I've been wanting to get back into guitar myself.
He's gonna make me responsible for teaching him how to play.
I'm gonna hit you
Awesome.
over the head with my guitar.
That is so.
No, aside from, I think like what Jake said is something like constructive and like real instead of a screen. So I was leaning towards the guitar again. I also was thinking about painting again, but I also don't feel like spending the money, so I said screw that.
My philosophy on it is like most of my greatest hobbies or things that I'm even best at right now are things that I did because I wanted to get away from screens. Do you remember when we started playing Magic? Do you remember what I said
remember that.
all the time? I was like, it's something to get me away from the screens.
We were literally saying because we tried going to Bull Moose a bunch of times to find board games and stuff whenever we'd hang out, and we're like, we just want something to get away from playing video games every time we hang out.
Absolutely.
I think that's when you jumped into Magic, and then like Luigi and I followed after you after a little bit.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
exactly.
and I love Magic. Like you can't see it. You can if you guys are watching live, you can look on Hannah's webcam. But we have Magic the Gathering posters in our background. Like we love Magic.
Mm-hmm.
We have a whole Vraska and Aurelia like standee behind me.
But
I mean,
the idea is like, I can't really play Magic anymore because there's no one really to play with. So
yeah.
I get to do like an independent task, and it's something to do with my hands. I like to fiddle with things a lot, so I feel like it's going to be a really constructive way to be spending my time, and I know I'm gonna stick to it because what else have I got to do?
Yeah.
Rot at home.
I'm gonna rot in Luigi's basement and listen to his dog breathe.
Basement sim.
Speaking of him, I've been giving him a lot more time out of the day to hang out with me.
Furniture.
I actually have been teaching him how to run faster.
Awesome. How do you do that?
How to run faster.
How do you do that?
Actually,
Luigi runs across his yard and goes like this.
Flailing his arms.
Actually, because so I dug up my my longboard. I still have this really good longboard, and we've been bombing hills together.
Bro, it's in your garage, like leaned against the
No,
wall. What do you
it's
mean?
not.
It was. I
It's
saw it
fine.
before I left.
That was 2 weeks ago, Kenny.
Well,
I know.
yeah. Well, I got that, and we've been. He's been actually really good. So then the next thing we're trying to do is I'm trying to have him like actually push me up the hill. He can only do like
Excuse me.
a little bit, but he's really, really, really good at it.
Forced
it's like
doggy
dog.
labor.
So
So you're telling me you have that dog pulling you while you're on a like greased up longboard. How do you not fear for your life?
well, you gotta be
How do you keep him from going into the road?
direct.
You don't really have like friction. Leadership. Okay.
I don't know how to put it. It's just I do it with him, man. He does it. He does good.
Okay.
He does good. He does a great job. He's a husky. He wants to be put to work, if anything. So he's been having a blast with that. He gets wicked tired after that. So I'm pretty much my goal. My goal is to be really good dog dad. That's what I always want to do. I want to be the best dog dad I can. So
Like no one
aside
ever
from
was.
that, exactly, like no one ever was, man.
That was just
So-
unnecessary.
It's actually very necessary because now I want to sing the song. Oh, can I
That's
sing
exactly
it?
why.
No, I'm kidding. I'm not doing it. And sadly, actually not sadly. I mean, my whole job is pretty much. I mean, most of our jobs are just staring at screens.
Yep.
I'm trying
No.
so hard to get so many projects done. It's so hard to juggle projects and then having to also pick up more projects. And then also like putting in work into your work so you can get work. So we're kind of juggling all of that.
Feel that.
We're juggling all that, trying to play. I've streamed for 12 days in a row. Oh no, 11 days in a row so far, trying to have fun with Halo. It's been pretty good. It hasn't been too bad. I just been going for clips. I've been getting clips. It's been going smooth. Just chilling with people in chat. And other than that, man, that's what I've been doing. Is like that daily routine is literally streaming, trying to get some work done and our projects finished, and the dog, man, and hopefully picking up guitar again.
Not breaking it over Jake's head, hopefully.
Well, possibly because
Okay.
another guitar I can use. So
Why?
I'm just kidding. I don't want to kill Jake. Maybe a concussion, but I mean, what? Hannah, how about you? How about you, Hannah?
Yeah, what was the question again?
What have you been
Luigi was
preoccupying
talking
yourself
about how he plans to rot in his basement.
Projects
plan to
and things
rot
you've been doing to
in your
preoccupy
basement?
yourself.
Well, I mean, Penny and I just got a new puppo last week, last Wednesday,
Oh my God,
right?
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't remember when it was. I'm not gonna
It
lie.
was on April 1st. We got
Wait.
a new puppo.
So you're getting into cooking?
Yes.
Excuse me.
I don't like that.
Continue.
I don't like that.
Anyway, so I've been occupying myself with the puppo. Of course, been playing Animal Crossing, and I've been working more on embroidery, which is just, I don't know, just a fun little old lady hobby.
Is
So-
that what I saw it on the camera earlier? What it was like a sphere or something that you were.
So
Hoop.
it's a
Sphere.
you have like a wooden hoop, and then you have fabric in it, and then you're just stitching the fabric to make like a pattern, I guess. Yeah. So
I never
yeah,
tried
that's
embroidery, okay.
what I do. Those are things.
So arts and crafts for Hannah.
Okay.
Okay. Arts.
Yeah.
Arts and crafts.
is dope,
Let's
okay.
belittle it.
I know,
Great.
honestly, Jesus, Luigi.
Wait, what?
So you're doing arts and crafts, huh?
What?
Oh my
Did I
God.
sound
You use
like
construction
sarcastic? Like, I
paper
think it's
and
amazing.
you trace your hand and it looks like kind of like a turkey.
I mean,
We've made those before.
oh my God.
Oh my
So
god.
I
I-
needed to join you up on that. More
Embroidery?
Arts and
I'll
crafts.
do embroidery. I don't care what it is. I need something different.
Embroidery is a really like cheap hobby. Like you can get a whole thing of like 600 yards of embroidery floss, which is what it's called, for only like $12, a hoop for like $1, and then a thing of fabric for like $10. Like that's it.
Amazing. I'm gonna embroider my dog.
Oh my God.
Is that possible? Is that something I can do?
No. Unless you went into the skin. That would not be possible.
Oh, yeah, we're
That's kind of the
skipping that.
point.
I think
Just
I think
stitch
he's
him
gonna
up
do
and
it
tattoo.
anyways.
Hey,
Froggy chair win.
Someone call PETA.
Awful.
What did you just say?
Someone call PETA because it's animal abuse.
PETA? I thought. First of all,
Is it
PETA. I thought you said pedo, and I was like, "What the fuck did you say?"
Oh my god. Second, I feel like they would do more damage in that sense. They're not they're not good.
PETA does more damage in any sense. Let's be real. They made a whole article about how Animal Crossing is dangerous.
Well, I mean, they kind of make their whole. They make all their money off of being controversial. Like at this point, they're more about clicks.
It's keeping them alive. Okay. Let's not
Okay,
rag on them.
how are you rotting in your basement?
So my basement is kind of above ground. It's kind of weird.
Scary.
So I've been doing a lot more content wise, and it's been kind of preoccupying me like a lot lately. I've kind of made a little bit of a push away from Twitch. I'm still streaming like the same amount that I have been. But I've been doing a lot of YouTube. I've been making TikTok videos. Cringe. What else?
Fortnite, TikTok. You're just adding to the repertoire.
I really am. I don't know what's going to be next, but so I mean, I've just been pushing out to different platforms to make content. It's been really enjoyable. Like I haven't been the happiest with Twitch lately just cuz I've had nothing to play. So like doing other things, making other videos that aren't necessarily about gaming, it's taken up a lot of my time and it's been really healthy, I think. Like I have something on my desk that I have a video coming tomorrow for that I'm excited for. I have just different ideas that I think about during the week and I flesh them out and it keeps me busy. It's been enjoyable.
Ooh, like the merch. I'm selling out for you.
Yeah,
I thought you said birch. I was like, he's planting trees.
You got some new merch.
Yeah, no, I just I dropped a new merch drop today that's going to be up for the next month. It's on my Twitter if you guys want to go peep that.
That's
Yeah.
actually like really nice.
We're actually coming out with the Faulty Few merch, and it's just gonna be my face and Luigi's
Embroidered.
butt.
Embroidered together.
Every piece of merch is hand embroidered by me.
And
buy
she
it.
had to look at Luigi's butt the whole time she was embroidering,
Awesome.
so
Jake,
that's
you said
all the
that
more
you
care.
were,
Just like
gonna
Dan's
give away
mom.
some photos of your butt if we reach a certain amount of likes.
Oh yeah, no, I'm doing a Twitter giveaway. Giving
you
away
explain?
photos of my bare ass.
Oh my god.
So if that's something you guys are interested in, make sure to follow at @ratskitImagine. And yeah.
Please change your Twitter handle, Jake. All I can ask is that you change it. Anytime I need to do anything that includes you, I have to look for you before I can include you. I have to go out of my way.
The original enigmatic star has been inactive since like Twitter was out. And I've reported that. I can only report them so many times.
It doesn't work.
I'm gonna go report
Harassment,
them.
Sexual
It is
assault. Like, what's gonna work, Twitter?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ. All right. I mean, so I think we just hit the hour mark. What are you guys feeling?
I don't know who our Mark is, but I don't think we should hurt him.
I delete this VOD right now.
The whole
Delete
thing.
it.
We're
Delete it
nuking
live.
It needed to be deleted when I brought up Sneak King. Let's be real.
Can we
That's fair.
double delete the VOD?
Do you think if I put the USB in my mouth, I will get information?
Yes. Speaking of sticking USB in your mouth, how do you guys feel about the Valorant release of the beta?
I think
Honestly,
it's dumb. Imagine.
I didn't expect much from it. I was like going into it like, okay, I don't really give a flying crap about Riot. But honestly, the more gameplay I see of it, the cooler I think it is.
I'm in the same boat. Because a lot of people are just like, oh, it's a CSGO clone with like special abilities, but like,
Well, here's the thing. When something is as popular as it already is because of its branding, people are gonna immediately be like, oh, it's so overhyped, it's not as good as people say it is. But like, if it's good on its own, people are going to say it's good. If a lot of people are playing it, a lot of people are gonna say it's good, and
yeah,
therefore a lot of people are gonna say it's overhyped. How about you guys just like stop being so sensationalist over everything that comes out? Just because it's
Mhm.
popular doesn't mean you have to have a take on it.
yeah.
You know, you can wait till you see what it's like. You don't have to be like, oh, it's so awful. Like everyone thinks it's cool and it's not even as good as they say it is.
Mhm.
Like
I'm just so fed up.
I had seen the trailers and gameplay and stuff of it, and I was like, okay, like I'm not gonna lie, I had positive feelings towards it. I was like, okay, this looks kind of cool. I might give it a try. But with the more and more gameplay that I've been watching of it, I actually think it looks like really good. I've had a lot of people be like, okay, this is like how it operates. I feel like you'd like it, and I really want a key. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think it looks fun.
It looks fun.
Personally, I'm not looking to play any multiplayer games lately, but I would if I were.
I might give it a try. If I get a key again. No key November.
I mean, I'm down to give it a try. It's just I don't think I've watched the gameplay too much, or I really want to have a good opinion about it once I actually get to play it. I do feel though I want to see them do things to the game that either companies don't really do anymore, which is like I think the biggest thing is like community feedback. Like I really want to see like what they can do with the community that they're gonna build with it. I'm more focused on that than the game like kind of just being appealing to like everybody.
Yeah.
Because it actually is so hard to like get people to grind an arena shooter these days. I feel like, we got a Call of Duty that just comes out once.
It's not really an arena shooter.
Between like the battle royales. I want to see how Valorant stands out and like what they can keep within the community. Like what's going to be unique about them. I want to see what they can pull off.
Hannah, what are you thinking about it?
I have seen absolutely nothing of it, so I have zero opinion.
She's
I
just
don't keep up with hype of games. Like knowing what type of game it is, it's not something that personally interests me. So I haven't looked into any of it.
Solo games mostly. Right?
She just has to deal with me coming back into the office every 20 minutes to check and see if I have a key in my notifications.
Yep.
Because I want to play. I've even been playing CSGO lately just because I'm like, there's nothing to play. Just give me something new, please.
Well, Valorant made me interested in CSGO. It looks like a formula that I'd enjoy now that I've seen it.
You should play with me. I think you'd have a lot of fun.
We can give it a shot.
Luigi, no play. Yeah, no, I'd be down to give it a play.
Well, we're also going to play Apex, and we're also going to play Minecraft, and we're also going to play Rocket League.
Apex,
And
because it's the three of us, and I think it's just three in that game still.
What?
what would you think of a
Minecraft
faulty few Minecraft server?
Oh my God.
Minecraft sounds good right now. That sounds like it'll hit nice.
I played Minecraft 2 nights ago for stream. I played it for a little bit. Yeah, I was playing it's an MMORPG server, so it's like questing and stuff, and you level up. It's really cool. Go away.
Ew. What, GTA RP?
No, you don't RP in it.
You're playing GTA RP? Kenny plays Fortnite, does TikToks, plays GTA RP.
I haven't touched Fortnite in like 2 weeks, to be fair.
Confirmed that he plays GTA RP. Continue.
I do not play GTA RP.
You don't?
I used to.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, I was on a server for a little bit. I played RP. It was really good.
What am I dating?
A monster.
What am
I dating?
What am? What a...
What?
All right, guys, but I think that's going to wrap it up for this podcast. We've covered a lot of spicy topics, like we said at the beginning. Luigi's been staring at the same spot as his monitor for the past hour, so we're going to call it a wrap there before he burns a hole through it. But thank you guys so much for watching episode 6 of the podcast. We will have this uploaded to YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, Anchor, you name it, we'll have it up there. But clap, I don't know. Yay!
Wherever you guys can talk about this.
And if you guys want to follow us, our Twitter handles are below if you're watching us live. We'd be happy to answer any questions or talk about any of the subjects that we've talked about on even previous podcasts before. But thank you guys so much.
Words right out of my mouth.
We appreciate you. Luigi's still staring at the same spot on his screen. Good night.
Good night, everyone.